والله يدعو إلى دار السلام ويهدي من يشاء إلى صراط مستقيم.
Glory be to Allah who sent Ramadan as a mercy to mankind. It's a purification of our soul, our heart and our mind. Bear with patience for the sake of our Rahman. A continuous training to strengthen our Iman. With the most sincere devotion and love we fast.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear HUDA TV viewers. Hello and welcome again to your show, Ramadan Changed Me. This is episode number 7 out of 10 of the program. Your program where we all try to be the best that we can be through positive change and self-development and try to benefit from the great holy month by being better persons and by investing in our relationship with Allah, with ourselves and with our communities. It is also the program where you can win a lot of prizes with us. The grand prize, 20,000 riyals, by going to e.holul.net, that's e.holo.net, and do for yourself the self-evaluation and psychological pretest. And also, of course, after you do the final test at the end of the holy month, it's only there through our website, e.hulul.net, that you could win the grand prize. We have prizes for 40 of you out there, totaling up to 80,000 Saudi riyals. We also have a daily prize for you, a laptop, by answering our daily Islamic trivia question. We'll tell you about the winner of the 6th laptop on Ramadan Changed Me in a very short while. You do that by answering our question, which comes at the end of the show by SMSing us at 002-014-327-1771. You can also join us live, waiting for your contributions at 002-0238-555-248 or 249. You can also email us at ramadanchangedme@huda.tv. We've been talking about self-development, talking about introducing yourself to yourself, making the intention to change, how to evaluate yourself and the methods and techniques of self-development. We also talked about a very sensitive issue yesterday, an important one for all of us, and that is anger control or rage control. An equally important topic tonight, which is time management. So the topic tonight is time management in Ramadan. Before we get to our guide and our life coach and our dear brothers in the studio, we want to inform you of the winner of the 6th laptop on Ramadan Changed Me. And that is, but first we'll tell you the question and the correct answer. Yesterday's question was, which surah in the Holy Quran did Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam order Muslims to teach their daughters? And we have 3 choices. The first choice was Surah An-Nisa, the second choice was Surah An-Nur, and the third choice was Surah Al-Ahzab. And the correct answer was the second answer, answer number 2, Surah An-Nur. And the winner was Brother Abdul Jabbar Yaqub Adam from Khartoum, Sudan. Again, Brother Abdul Jabbar Yaqub Adam from Sudan. Congratulations. And good luck to you all. Now time to get to real business with our life coach and our psychotherapy specialist and self-development trainer, Shaikh Ramiz Ibrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa
alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Shaikh Ramiz. And of course, we welcome our dear brothers in the studio who've been there throughout the beginning of the program and will stay with us until the end, inshallah. Brothers Abdullah Adiyemi, we reintroduce you to them again. Brothers Abdullah Adiyemi, who is a manager of private school in Cairo. Brother Amr Abdul Al, who is a student in the Faculty of Arts. Brother Asher Saeed, who is a software developer. And Brother Sharif Hamdi, who was a teacher of the English language. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you, brothers. Thanks for being here. Shaykh Ramiz, the floor is yours. Time management. Manage our time, please.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Just to look back at the last episode, I want to mention a couple of things before I get into time management, about the anger management we spoke about the last episode. I wanted to just give some advice regarding how human beings try to hijack the emotion of the person that they're actually debating or arguing with or having a problem with. And the advice that I usually give to brothers and sisters is, sisters, do not try to wear any part of the trousers. The trousers belong to the man. And when he comes home, all your men folk, it could be your brother, it could be your husband, it could be your father, your grandfather, your uncle, comes home, and he says, oh, I've been on my feet all day, my feet hurt, I fancy fasulia, or I fancy molakhia. What is he actually saying? He's not complaining. He's actually saying, don't bother me right now. I need to relax first, and I'm hungry, my feet hurt, maybe I need a bowl of water with salt in it to help me along. And likewise, when the wife, when you come home and she complains, you're always out there with your brothers, you're never home. That's a bit of an exaggerated generalization. What is she actually saying? That's not literally what she's saying. She's saying, I missed you and I love you, where are you? It's up to us as individuals to look at the undertones again, what's being said behind the emotional anger. Well, we hijack it. Enough says, oh yeah, you want to fight, do you? Okay, let's have it. You know, we're all like this. You know, don't talk to me like that. Who do you think you are? You're a woman. Don't talk to me like that. There also some said you've got to be nice to the women. So this is, this is something I wanted to clear up, and also that you need to take practical steps in anger management, as with all the lectures we speak about here. And anger management, as in time management, you need to really write down your weekly agenda. And if those of you who write down your agenda for the week, for time management, you'll find that you've got too much time on your hands and you've wasted so much time. If you really sat down and said, oh, today I slept this much, I did this, I did that, I've got 4 hours left. You add that to the end of the week. And by the end of the week, you find how much time you had for sleep, how much time you had for eating, for socializing, this, and you still have lots of time over. What do you do with that? What did you fill that time with? You'll find that when you, look back in retrospect, you'll find that you've wasted a hell of a lot of time. Too much time, in fact. So time management in Ramadan, and not just in Ramadan. If you're not good at time managing time outside of Ramadan, you're not going to be good at it inside Ramadan. And the only reason it's easier for us to, or for some of us to actually manage our time in Ramadan is because the shayateen are locked up. And it's easier, those shayateen give you who are harsh are locked up. That's why our minds are more calmer, we can see more clearly, and we can make goals easier. But outside of Ramadan, as soon as the Eid and all that, Ramadan's finished, these goals, what happens to these goals that you really had the himmah, the enthusiasm and the movement to do? What happens to them goals? They go. Because the shayateen come and what happens? You forget all the goals. You're not strong enough to fight the forces of negativity. You'll find people who are committed to actually making a great benefit to themselves and succeeding know how to utilize time. They have no problem with it. But those people who seemingly are lazy because they're not having any motivational goals, smart goals we spoke about before, you'll find that they have no aspirations and are seemingly lazy, and they actually don't know the real value of time. So which person are you? Are you a person that is successful? And I don't mean, when I say success, it's
very relative.
It's relative in the dunya. Our success is for Jannah. But I'm talking about in dunya, you want to memorize Quran, you'll start a business, you need to learn to drive a car, you need to, whatever it may be.
Your goals. At
that time, what is your short-term goal in success? Maybe it is to stay up after Fajr for a week. Whatever it may be. You want to be successful in a specific ideology that you've made yourself. You'll find that how successful are you in fulfilling these small goals. Forget the long-term goals, these short goals. With short goals, achievement of short goals, you'll be able to achieve long-term goals. And successful people know the reality of how time works and know that there's not enough time to get everything done. It's very simple. Dreamers have no concept of time. They waste it and waste the time of others, and that's what really bugs me, if I can say in that way, that I don't mind wasting my own time, but when others try to waste my time, I'm all over them. You know, I'm the only one allowed to waste my own time.
Right.
And I'm not even allowed to do that, really. But so when proper goals are set, or they're not made, Okay, they're not set up with that, and there's no motivation behind it. So time flies. A person would be in the past, dreaming about where they were and how good it was to be in the past, and they get stuck there. There's no harm in going to the past. There's no harm in going to the past and learning from your mistakes. Or they would go into the future and they stay there and imagine who they want to be. And they are in their imaginary world, in their khayal, and imagine they are that person. And we all do that. Even the viewers at home, you do this as well. You dream. Oh, I wish I was this and I did that and did this. And then what happens by the time you come to the present time now, how much time has gone by? And you say to yourself, what? I could have, I should have, and I didn't. The reason I am successful in what I do is because what motivates me is the idea that one day Allah may put me in a position where I have to say to myself, I could have, I should have, and I didn't. And I don't want that. I can't afford that in myself. I don't want to be in a position, maybe let me give me a stroke, give me a heart attack, and I can't have the same energy, the same body, the same mind as I am now. So I've got to utilize it now to the best I can before, Allah Alam. I don't know if Allah's going to take my life through a heart attack or He's going to give me paraplegic or I don't know. And because I don't know, I can't afford to waste time. I've got to do as much as I can with the little time that I have, as much as possible. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam told us in the hadith that there are two things that people are not aware of and how important they are, and that's health and time. And one of the questions that will be asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before you enter Jannah is your health. I gave you health and good body. What did you do with it? How did you use it? How did you use your time? Oh Allah, I didn't have enough time. Or what about the time you watched too much TV? What about the time you drank coffee all night and shisha and you just talked about thara all night long, rubbish all night long? You don't have enough time? We know instinctively, innately, how much time that we waste. We know what's right and what's wrong. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I created the soul and I inspired it to know right from wrong.
إن الإنسان على نفسه بصيرة ولو ألقى معذرة. Indeed, a person can testify even against his own self.
His own self.
And Shaikh Ramiz Ibrahim, dear brothers in the studio, dear viewers, we'll be taking a very short break here and come back for the second part of time management.
With patience for the sake of Ar-Rahman, a continuous training to strengthen our Iman.
Ramadan is the best time for the night prayer. All of us are supposed to change ourselves during the month of Ramadan because it's the best chance. Join us on Inspirations during Ramadan so that we can help each other to lift our Iman up and strengthen our hearts and get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. And tajweed is a science that you cannot learn it on your own.
The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, he told us that we're never in the extremes, that we're always between it. We're in the middle path. He told us to take this middle path. We're the nation of the middle path. Ummatan wasatan, down the middle.
Bear with patience for the sake of Ar-Rahman. A continuous training.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh once more. The verse I was trying to quote is from Surah Al-Qiyamah. بَلِ الْإِنسَانُ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ بَصِيرَةٌ وَلَوْ أَلْقَى مَعَاذِيرَةٌ. Indeed, a person can testify against his own self and knows the wrongs he did more than anyone else. Of course, Allah than the person himself. Before we proceed with our life coach Shaikh Ramiz Ibrahim and our brothers in the studio for the second part of the show where an open discussion will take place, we have a phone call, Shaikh Ramiz. It is from Egypt and it is Sister Abir. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, Shaikh Ramiz.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Actually, this topic is very important to me that I really suffer from time management. I have to make a goal in this holy month is to finish the Holy Quran in two times, but I couldn't, I don't find really time to finish it. Even in the little night, I tried, but usually I pray a lot, then I don't find time to recite a lot. So I don't know.
Thank you, Sister Abir. We all need advices, Shaikh Ramiz, in time management. I mean, what can we do to better our time management? And we know how crucial time is.
Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can teach you this. And I'm sure everybody's been in a situation where they've actually wasted time, but they don't learn from it. We take it for granted. And this is arrogance. This is simply put, it's pure arrogance, nothing else. There are 4 diseases that respect no one. Four things that don't respect anyone. Disease, truth, death, and time. They don't care what color, creed, country you're from. Disease will catch you if you're out there fornicating like the animals. Truth, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, the truth is the truth. Death, the same. They don't care. They can't say, oh, you're from Jamaica, so I'll leave you. Death, I won't take your life, but I'll take someone from somewhere. No. When the time comes, you go. And time is the same. Time respects no one. You can't expect to get there on time if the journey is an hour and you leave 10 minutes late. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. That's a waste. We have to understand how time works. Another way of understanding how time works is there is no chronological time for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah created time. Okay? And Allah swears by a time by the dawn, wal fajr, and wal asr. And he gives us the understanding, and he gives us the understanding that, time is important. Okay? And the death, my birth, the creation of the pen, the last person in hellfire, the first person himself, Rasulullah enter paradise, is happening right now to Allah. The Battle of Badr is happening now. The First World War is happening now to Allah. There's no time. Only for us there's past, present and future. And we're already dead. We are already dead. We're just going through the motions. So you have to understand that we are walking dead. We've already passed that death. We're already dead, in the sense that whatever Allah tells you, the scholars have said that whatever Allah tells you that's going to happen in the Quran and about life and everything, His qadr, His decree, know for sure that it's already happened. It's only us that's going through past, present and future, not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah's timeline is now, is here. So we have to go along with it. And if it goes forward, we have to run after it and catch that time. It's not going to wait for us. It's like the wave of kufr. If you don't get further in your iman, it's going to swallow you up. And depending on how strong you are, depends how much iman you're going to lose. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the verse in Surah Nisa, إِنَّ الصَّلَاةَ كَانَتْ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ كِتَابًا مَوْقُوتًا. That the prayer has been prescribed on the believers, those who claim to believe, at specific times. So if you know for sure that if you haven't got good time management, you're always late for salah. You're always joining. You're missing the sunnah because you've got no time. You're rushed in the mind because you've got work to do. You're running away from family. You're running for everybody else and neglecting yourself. You're becoming a candle. You're giving everybody else light and heat, and you're burning yourself away. And in the end, when you've got no energy to give anybody else, they will leave you, and those people who take will go to somebody else. And they'll complain, and they'll start screaming at you because they need from you. But they don't know how to replenish you. Only you can tell people how to replenish you. By controlling the time, controlling the family time. Rasulullah Ali ibn Abi Talib anhu said that when Rasulullah used to come home, he'd allocate time for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his family and himself. And his own time, he would split it between himself and the people. So just let's practice that hadith. Make some time for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala this month. Make some time for the Quran. Make some time for your family. And when your family is overpowering you, say no. It's hard. Your children say, oh, Baba, oh, no. If you spent 3 days away from the family every week, what's wrong with that? For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and helping, doing da'wah, going out to feeding the poor people. Allah will take care of the children. Every father has a fear of their family being lost in kufr, or lost in poverty or unbeneficial knowledge. Well, you know the story of Khidr, when he fixed the wall in Antakya in Turkey. Why did he fix it? Underneath was the orphan's wealth. What does Allah say in the Quran? We preserve the orphan's wealth. Why? Because their father was a pious man. So ask yourselves this question. Viewers, ask yourself this question as well. How much time do you waste? I'm not going to say to you, how do you manage your time? That's up to you. But how much time do you waste? Asha, tell me, how much time do we waste generally? I could answer it for you, but...
Personally, I think I waste a lot of time.
You are not alone.
Yeah. When I think about time, I think usually about after I die, and I will look back on my life. And if I minus my salah and my fasting, I think about I've had 24 hours in the day, and what did I do? Then I realize then there's actually how much time I waste during the day.
Abdullah?
I would say I used to waste a lot of time, and I'm only now managing it because I'm carrying a pen.
Okay.
This helps.
Yes.
You know,
How does it help?
Because I write things down.
Right. Okay, good.
And this is one of the first surahs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed. He taught man from a pen which he knew not. So the pen and writing is actually helpful for the memory management and you know.
Yeah, actually, also I used to lose a lot of time, to waste a lot of time. But when I decide to plan out to manage my time, okay, some friend came. Okay, let's go hang out today.
You get distracted.
Yeah, I say okay, let's go. What about my plan, my management? No, let's start tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Truth.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie about this. I also waste.
Hope not.
Yeah.
Be honest as possible.
I also waste a lot of time, but this is. I do not do this in purpose. I do this because there could be. There's not arranging time properly for me. I do not arrange my time, arrange my things that I should know, that I should do. Okay, and I think I have to know the propriety of the things that I should do first, which is in the first place, which is in the second one. That's all. So
arrangement. Yeah.
Honesty does save time.
A few pointers that I can give in regards to this is this will be a funny one. Try to be friends with time, because good friends you don't want to lose. Sir? Try and be friends with time. It's your best friend.
Indeed, because we always hear that time is your number one enemy.
Yeah. It can be an enemy or it can be a best friend, a worst enemy.
It's a double-edged weapon.
We need to prioritize time, allocate to specific things we need to do. Writing down, have a diary. Don't be arrogant thinking you know everything. You know, a few years back, when I was a bit younger, I used to have the ability to prioritize everything in my mind. Now I can't do that. Now I have to write things down now. Well, I use my phone. You know, these thingy phones you have with the emails and... Recognize what is important and what is urgent in a task. That's another thing. You don't recognize what is urgent and what is important. So you've got a list of 10 things to do for the rest of the week. Most people seem to do the important ones first and leave the urgent ones. Instead of allocating, number 1, number 5 and number 6, actually I can do that next week. I can procrastinate on that in a good way, in a positive way, by allocating time. I can do these 3 next week. That will leave me less things to do, more time. Prioritizing, then find out what is urgent. Right, these 2 things need to be done now. Right, do these things first. Prioritizing your time. Find what's urgent and what is important. Starting early. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, anyone that makes a good wudu, in this translation, he prays the rak'ah, he makes his proper salah, and then goes to Fajr, he prays the Fajr, and then he stays up, will prosper. But anyone that misses Fajr, is very lazy to Fajr, will be sorrowful all day. Will be sorrowful. Will feel hesitant in the heart and feeling bad. And I'm sure that's worked. How many of us have missed Fajr and you feel really bad that day? Obviously your Iman comes in, your Lafz al-Lawama tells you, oh, you missed Fajr, look at this. Organising your work area. You've got an office at home or some kind of area where you actually work from. Go and have a look at it and see how messy it is. Set yourself good, simple goals in the beginning and make them challenging after more experience. Don't go for the big, unrealistic goals when there's goals in front of you that you can achieve right this second. Then that will get the mind used to doing things right now. How I did it when I was younger, as I was growing up, I was about teens and teenager and in my late 20s, I started getting into self-development. And when I said to myself, oh, I need a cup of tea. And I said to myself, oh, I'll do it in a minute. I said, no, I'm going to do it right now. To get myself used to doing what I say I'm going to do right now. Do it now. Why in a minute? That's just saying.
So succeeding in achieving short-term goals gives you more confidence and makes you stronger in succeeding in potential long-term goals.
It may be silly, but that's how you're training your mind. You're training your mind in a minute. That minute becomes what? In an hour. Then what? Tomorrow. What? Next week. And then next month. Then next year. That never happened.
Then you forget.
Right.
Khalas. Identifying your capabilities and your skills and setting goals that can be achieved by these abilities. Don't only set yourself goals that you haven't got the qualities for, unless you're going to get training for it. Okay, it's important to know these things. And if you wish to achieve goals which you have not set skills for, obviously you need to get trained, like I just mentioned. And time management, success means holding dear to your time, and they will not waste it, nor waste it time for others.
Shaykh Ramiz, at the end of our show, let me thank you and thank our brothers here. I think we managed to successfully manage our time in this episode. This evening, despite the fact, of course, that we always do say we need 300 minutes for those episodes and not just 30. It's because we enjoy being with you, dear HUDA TV viewers. Now the only time left is to tell our viewers about the daily Islamic trivia question. And the question for tonight is, what was the first battle fought between Muslims and Romans? And the three choices are: 1, the Battle of Yarmouk; 2, the Battle of Mu'tah; 3, the Battle of Ajnadin. Again, what was the first battle fought between Muslims and Romans? 1, Yarmouk; 2, Mu'tah; 3, Ajnadin. All you'll do is SMS us at 002-014 3271 771, your name, your country, and the number of the correct choice. Good luck. Dear viewers, on behalf of you, we thank very much Shaikh Ramiz Ibrahim, our life coach, self-development trainer, and hope to see you, inshallah, tomorrow.
Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam. Thank you, Shaikh Ramiz Ibrahim, as always. And thank you to our brothers in the studio, as always, brothers Abdullah Adiyami, Amr Abdul Al, Ashir Saeed, and Sharif Hamdi. And we hope to see you again, inshallah, tomorrow. Dear viewers, waiting for you for our 8th episode, same time, on HUDA TV. Until then, this is Muhammad Abdul Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Glory be to Allah who sent Ramadan as a mercy to mankind. It's a purification of our soul, our heart and our mind. Bear with patience for the sake of our Rahman. A continuous training to strengthen our Iman. With the most sincere devotion and love we fast, to be cleansed and free from sins of the past.